Howdy guys, welcome to Shelby Wright Garage. We are continuing work on the 65 Pontiac. It's a big episode this time. We did talk about putting this old girl under some colour, and that's exactly what we're going to do, and we've got a lot of work ahead of us. This should be our last episode and wrapping things up and giving it back to Matt by the end of it. Let's get involved. And just quickly guys, we've now got some merch available if you want to help support the channel. We've got them in 3 different colours and a whole bunch of sizes. They're available for 45 bucks delivered anywhere in Australia. And of course these are in conjunction with our other methods of support, including our PayPal account if you wish to donate directly, and of course our Will It Start content. We're always looking for new vehicles to get up and running. So make sure you check out our links in the description for all the details, and if you send us through a photo of you wearing our merch, we'll chuck that up in one of our videos as well. Back to our main content. Well, here she is. But if we take a quick look, we're going to see there's an empty spot there where the Landau used to be. And of course we knew that we moved the Mustang last episode. We've cleaned things up a little bit more then. We're now got ourselves a much better working space. This is a big old girl and we're going to need as much room as we can get. And I think we're going to start off with the front end. Going to rip the bonnet and boot off, take care of that, and then sort out these guards. So with the underside of bonnet and boot, we're just sanding with our 400 grit, wet and dry. We haven't primed anything or anything like that, so there's going to be some scratches, there's going to be some shallow dents. It is what it is. We're not worried about making all of these insides perfect. It's only the exterior of this paint job that is our priority. So we're just going to do the best with what we got. And there's a quick result for underneath. Certainly far from perfect, but it will do. The boot lid's not too bad. Unfortunately, as expected, the bonnet does have its issues. It has got a whole bunch of crow's feet there, which is showing up. But that is to be expected, considering the multiple shitty paint jobs that this has had. Priority was that it's blue and shiny. Let's keep moving on, and let's get the proper stuff done. That's our front guard sorted. Happy bloody days. There's a nice bit of shine happening there now. Feeling pretty happy with that. So that's all our front end panels and boot lid sorted. Happy days there. It's now time we turn our attention to the doors and the body of the car. We've probably got about 6 days of blocking back involved before we can actually lay down some colour. A lot of work ahead of us, not looking forward to it. Let's get involved. After a very busy 6 days, it's been some full-on work and a lot of sanding. Lost the fingerprints on the hand, but she's all good. She's looking nice and smooth, ready to go for a colour of paint. Can't wait, you bloody beauty. Well, here we are, guys. We're at the culmination of about 12 months of mucking around now. It's time to spray this old girl. We spent the last night getting everything ready, taping up windscreen, boot, door areas, openings, whole lot. It's done. It's been prep sold. We're ready to go. Hope you enjoy this upcoming time lapse. reckon that there ought to do it. Happy bloody days. She's looking pretty sharp now. After a couple of days cure time, you can now see it in a bit of light. She's flashed off a little bit dull on the sides, but that's nothing that a polish won't take care of. We're nearly done with our spray painting, but we've still got to build some seat brackets, lay down some bitumen and take care of some black, so we best get a move on. Now onto our plans with these Commodore seats. Looks like it'll be a relatively straightforward install. We've got a tab here that we're going to bend down. It's going to mount through a hole here on the floor. This one here will bolt directly in. As we move to the outers, this one here will bolt to the left of the original holes. We've got some bracing underneath. We've got some random GM style brackets and they bolt in the original holes. We're going to weld a tab to the side. This is just loosely bolted on, but overall pretty straightforward. Let's get them sorted. There we are, there's our results. Both bucket seats fitted. They run along nicely now. They're ready to be retrimmed. In the meantime, I think it's time we apply some sound deadener. Next step is a bit of GMH black in a few key areas, some of the chassis rails and underneath the floor, copped a bit of overspray. Going to have to do the inner fenders, but we've got to spend a little bit more focus on the front radiator support and the boot floor. They're going to need a light coat of prime before we lay on some black. And the thing to remember about these black sections, guys, is that much like what we did with the door jambs, it's not going to be done bare metal. We're not doing a fantastic job. It's all about getting a fresh bit of colour and looking a little bit better for daily purposes. And that'll do it. No more spray gun. Happy bloody days. Righto guys, so that's been a few days of cure time now. This old girl's ready to be put back together. Unfortunately, during that time we got some pretty bloody lousy news. It turns out that the landlord is planning to move back in, which means we've been given our 30 days notice to vacate. So this is going to be the last episode of Shelby Wright Garage as we know it. We're going to have to move to a new location, not sure where that's going to be yet. For those who don't know, we are Sydney based, so it's a bit of a dumpster fire out there. So trying to find anything remotely livable that's reasonably priced that doesn't look like a crack house is pretty bloody difficult, let alone one with a garage. So not sure how long that hiatus is going to be, but we do need to push and get this car back together now. We've got about 2 weeks before we need to start packing up our tools and equipment. We're going to have Matt coming down to help out as well. He will take it at whatever point we get this finished, but we're going to plan to get this as close to done as possible. So a lot ahead of us. Let's get involved. Now that we've got the big girl all lined up once again, it's time to get ourselves a real decent shine on this paint job. Back with the old sandpaper. So with our final bit of sanding on this car, we're using 1200 grit wet and dry. Now I know the sanding sounds a little counterintuitive and we already have a very nice and shiny paint job. But I'm going to bring you guys up close now and see what kind of difference we're going to get. So as we have ourselves a closer look at the paint, you'll probably notice we have little bits of dust and fluff that have come into it. If we look at the reflection of the light, and it's a bit of an orange peel finish. But if we have a look at where we've done just a very light sand, we notice that's all nice and smooth. As we come to our crossover, in fact I'll even just do a light sand here. You can see little bits of shine in between the rough part, and all it takes is just that little bit more sanding and the entire part becomes smooth. There's no shine left on it, and that means when we give it a buff, she's going to be glass smooth. And after just a few minutes of sanding half of this boot lid, I'm going to give it a quick buff just to show you guys the very real difference that it all makes and why we're going to keep on doing the rest of the car. And a quick comparison side by side, take a close look at that light reflection. You can see a massive difference in our orange peel and our fallout from the dust and what have you. And certainly a little bit more shine as well. So happy days, we're going to do the whole car. We've probably got about 3 days ahead of us. We're going to be working night and day. very quick wipe down of all the tops. You can see the polishing is definitely starting to pay off. It's getting a really nice and smooth shine there now. Of course, we've still got a lot more to go. We've got the sides to take care of and one final hand polish across everything. But we're finally getting our light at the end of the tunnel. And there she is, big girl finally looking shiny. Been a long time coming, and we have pretty much run out of time, guys. Matt's here, we're going to try and put as much chrome as we can on this car. We've pretty much only got the day left, but she's looking beautiful now. Happy days. Yeah. Right, we'll get some fuel up to the car, crank him over. I can see it, yep, it's coming. She'll fire up. Again. Beautiful. Fire up it up on it, mate. We're done. Well, that's it, guys. That's the end of the Pontiac. She's gone. Unfortunately, we just did not have enough time to get it done. We probably needed another 4 or 5 days, I would say, to get it sorted. Matt's going to finish that at home. I'm going to help him out. I'll probably do some more videos on that as we get it completely finished and maybe take it for its first run. But look, at the end of the day, the bodywork's done. We've got it sorted. Matt's very happy with it. It's back home with him now, so happy days. But look, the reality is we need another 4 or 5 days. We just don't have it. As it stands right now, I'm about 11 days out from having to move from this location altogether. You can see behind me, there's a whole bunch of crates. There's been a whole heap of upheaval. If we take a look around, we can see all the big equipment is now gone. A lot of the shelvings are bare and empty. So look, it's all getting packed up into boxes. We've only got a few days left. We've got to really sort everything out. Have not found a new location, unfortunately. There is just nothing out there in Sydney. I'm feeling a major sense of sadness and loss. I know that I will never find another rental with such a decent garage. So in regards to the channel, I'm not homeless, but I will be garageless. Not particularly happy about it, but look, that is the reality of life. In terms of the channel, I am going to hopefully still release a little bit of content, maybe some tall stories. I'm going to share with you some plans for a shed that's in the making. Now, I believe it was the F-truck video and a different video prior to that. I touched on the fact that the storage shed is also up for sale by the landlord, so I am done with dealing with landlords. I'm fed up with it. The lack of security is not good enough. So a bit of land has actually been acquired by us. So I'm going to look at building a 21 by 13 metre shed on there for future storage. Probably not for work, but that's going to be a story that I'm going to join you guys in on. I've got something like 30 odd vehicles. This thing's going to house about 25 of them. So there will still be some sort of content moving forward. And of course, the day I get a new garage, I'm going to show you guys all about it. So look, that's where we're at, guys. Bit of a hiatus for now, but we certainly will be back, hopefully bigger and better. Catch you later. Cheers. Actually, you know, that was shit. I'll do that again. Oh, cunt. Oh, son of a bitch. Oof. Fucking do not fall off, you prick. Oh yeah, good on you, cat. Get in the way. Prick. Fucking asshole. Get out. Oh, come on, you bird. Stop playing, will ya? Medals, we're not doing a fantastic job. You fucking prick. That's what you get for getting out of the car. Yeah,